Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sports Place where we talk sports and sports debates. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe below, and at the end of the show, go ahead and leave your comments, argue with anybody you want to, say whatever you want, it's fine, it works. Okay, so will the Nets be able to beat the Lakers with their new additions? Do you think it'll have that much of an impact, or what do you say?
Hey, let me talk with Jason. I feel like the Nets already had enough keys or pieces to beat the Lakers. Basketball is another one of those sports where any given day, anything can happen. Look at March Madness, for example, or Roberts. They literally only lost by 2 last night. Only lost by 2. And they're the 15th seed. So anything can happen on any given day with basketball. So the fact that they just brought in LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, they already have KD, they have Kyrie, don't forget James Harden. Just KD and James alone is enough to beat the Lakers. If LeBron doesn't come back, you already have a LeBron with a high ankle sprain. High ankle sprains are one thing that's hard to come back from, especially athlete. You're jumping off your feet all day. You walk all day, every day, and you need rest for that. So how can you rest and get ready to play at the same time? It's impossible. So that's another thing. Has AD even played since? AD isn't back yet. So the Nets are just stacking up for the championship run, period. They're not stacking up for the Lakers. It's not about the Lakers that everybody's trying to put it against. I feel it because the contention and LeBron, you know what I mean, how it always goes. People got to go grab this to beat LeBron and blah, blah, blah. No. Some guys just want to actually get a championship. You know, James is chasing that. And I feel it. Do what you got to do to get your championship. They're not breaking any rules. Like I said, it's just crazy that the fact that all this happens now when they blocked CP3 from going to the Lakers all those years ago. But, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's not about the Lakers. It's not about anything. It's about James trying to get a ring, and he's going to do whatever he can to get that ring. And I respect that because at the end of the day, that's what a lot of Hall of Fame talks hang on. This guy has never performed in the playoffs, or this guy never won a ring. So I respect what he's trying to do. Or if that's, I'm saying it's him, but because I'm speaking from a person with that's the highest caliber on the team without a championship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking for him in a way. I don't know him none, but it is what it is. It's my opinion. Do something about it. But like I said, they already have enough keys and had enough keys with KD and Kyrie alone. Then James came into the picture. Of course, boom. Then you got to forget DeAndre Jordan was also one of the best big men in the league consistently over the years. Now they got LaMarcus Aldridge who missed the fundamentals. That's another Tim Duncan. Like, come on, man. And they say they got over 40 plus.
Dial it back a little.
All right.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
I'm talking about their play style. They're not gonna go dunk on you, and they're gonna use their skill to beat you.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Tim Duncan is a GOAT.
Yeah.
LaMarcus is not yet. I don't know if he will be, but like I said, these guys already have what they need and had what they need. Whatever they added now was just extras to go into playoffs, have a deep run.
All right, so here's the thing. They're getting these players, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, when they are on a decline. When we look at where their stats are going, I think Blake Griffin, when he got traded, was averaging 12 and 5. He averaged like 15 or 16 last season. We look at LaMarcus Aldridge. He's, 16, 17 a game. Still give you 8 or 9 rebounds, but, those aren't necessarily all-star numbers. And I think you're right that they had enough firepower to beat the Lakers already. It's hard to beat a healthy LeBron and a healthy AD. The question is, are you going to get a healthy LeBron and a healthy AD? We're not certain of that. We know LeBron is going to rehab his butt off and get out there and be the best LeBron that he can possibly be, because that's all we've ever gotten from LeBron is his very best. I think that, number one, with this question, we are sleeping on a lot of other players. We're sleeping on Denver, Jokic, and we're sleeping on a lot of other teams out there that can dethrone either one of these teams. And Denver, Utah, there are a lot of teams out there who I think can actually step up and beat the Lakers and beat the Nets. I also think that some of these guys are looking for championships, and they don't have the same thing to offer. We're not talking about Blake Griffin, who dunked for the first time in 2 years.
That's crazy too, man.
And if you remember Blake Griffin early in his career,
he was just
Blake Griffin, was flying all over the place. Now, he hasn't dunked in a long time. His averages are going down, not just the points, but the rebounds. I think he's definitely someone who can still contribute, but don't expect the Blake Griffin 2017.
Not to cut you off, but you saying that about Blake though, you got to realize he changed his game after he got hurt, and he changed his game effectively too.
Definitely,
all handling skills, his stuff behind the arc, it elevated. I mean, of course, he's not that high flying Blake Griffin that everyone loves and know, but how long do those players usually last anyway?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. That Blake Griffin found a way to still be a contributor, and he'll still contribute, and he'll still be an important piece on this team. I just don't think that, people are like, oh my God, they got Blake Griffin. They got like 5 All-Stars on this team. And let's not forget that the Lakers are rumored. We'll see what happens by the time this video drops, but the Lakers are rumored to get Andre Drummond. That makes it a whole different thing when you've got a front court of, I don't know if you consider LeBron to be a front court player. I mean, he's kind of all over the place. He's 1 through 5. But you got AD, who, by the way, can step out and shoot the 3. And you've got Andre Drummond. I always want to call him
a legit center. One of the last few legit centers left in the game.
Right. So, I mean, you got a powerful front court.
That's another extra 20 rebounds a game.
Right. So I'm not certain. I mean, yes, they lost Rondo, so they don't have like the floor general that they had before. But the Lakers, I mean, the floor general, let's be honest, is LeBron James. So if they have a healthy LeBron, a healthy AD, and a healthy Andre Drummond, I think that's enough firepower to beat, this Nets team with some of these players who are on the decline, even though they're still great. I'm not saying LaMarcus Aldridge can't still play the game. I'm not putting him in Tim Duncan's category. Let's slow down on that.
I was saying play style. You took it there. That was your perception of what I said.
LaMarcus can ball. There's no question about it.
Definitely a bucket.
Yeah, Blake Griffin still has a lot to offer, but I think a lot of people are acting as though this is 2017 Blake Griffin, 2017 LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's not. And Kyrie is still the same player, but mentally, he's having to take nights off, and which, by the way, I respect 100%. But, for your mental health, that's the most important thing. If you need mental breaks, from any job, whether you're a writer, whether you are, an editor, whatever it is your job is, if you need a mental break, take it. And I think that Kyrie is doing the right thing and actually setting a good example by doing that.
Just want to actually do it, man.
But if he does it, at the wrong times, or he does it more going forward, are they still going to have the same chemistry? So there's I think still some question marks for the Nets moving forward into the playoffs. And once they, assuming that they beat everybody in the East, which I think they will, when they face not only the Lakers, but if they face, Denver, if they face Utah, they face some of these other contenders, are they going to have the same chemistry? Are they going to be able to make things happen? That's a question, that I think we have to wait and see. I think it's a wait and see situation. Is LeBron healthy? Who's healthy? Who's not? Who's going to step up? And so I would not say that this is a foregone conclusion that the Nets are going to take it. Hey, please like and subscribe to The Sports Place and other shows on Tora Productions. We love to hear from you also in the comments. Agree with us, disagree with us. Tell us issues that you want us to address in sports. We address really deep issues, sexual assault, trans athletes, whatever it is that y'all want to talk about, or if you just want to talk about stats and numbers, we're down for that. Let us know the kind of videos you want in the comments. Let us know if you want top 10 videos. We'll be willing to do those. But we need you to smash the like button, definitely press subscribe, and get more videos from Tor Productions.
Yes, sir.